Yesterday I brought you a video on Man Decentraland saying that we were starting to run into some resistance. However, we did kind of get turned over for a bit, before then surprising everyone by putting in this next big green candle where we went from 4.86 all the way up to 5.78. However, as you can see, we had then put in more wicks up here and things are looking a little less stable for Mana than they were perhaps earlier on yesterday. But so there's something interesting that's playing out here, and we're obviously putting in some sort of a consolidation pattern. Obviously at the moment it's a little bit early to tell exactly what that could be looking like, but what we would be looking to do is to maintain these sort of higher highs each time. If we were going to look for a continuation towards the upside, that might look like something perhaps maybe like this, where we could see a bit of a bounce, or perhaps maybe some sort of a rising wedge, which ultimately would have some sort of a bearish breakout, however would be giving us more of a push towards the upside. Now these two key levels here are significant. Okay, so using the Fibonacci tool, we take from this swing high, drop it down to the previous swing low, and we can see perfectly we've got some touches here. Now as before, we had a breakout, we got to the 1.618 nicely, we came over, we flipped it into support, and then bounced up to the 2.618 all the way up here, which is at $5.66, then got stiffly rejected down to the downside. So I think a consolidation between these two lines is on the cards. Now, if we are breaking towards the upside above 2.618, then we're going to continue, in my opinion, to be heading towards the next one, which will be all the way up at 6.5. However, as mentioned previously, we need to hold this key level of support. If we are failing to keep support here, then we could well be coming down, and that actually would be in line with the previous high here, all the way down at 4.36. I say all the way down, we were literally there a couple of days ago. But it's worth pointing out, guys, when we see these kind of big ramps up like this, when we see these big green candles, this is when we want to be thinking about selling, because when we buy big green candles, you eventually get turned around, and eventually, you might, even if you sell here and it goes all the way up here, then you still made all of this profit. But so many people keep it all, get to the top, and then try and buy more, and then they just erase all the profit that they made on the way up. Okay, so try to, as much as possible, avoid the greed. Every time we see these coins are ramping up like this, we do tend to get greedy, and that's kind of the way the market's designed to make us feel. But actually, when everyone's being greedy and everyone's telling you it's going to go to, I don't know, $10 by the end of the year, $100, whatever the coin is, that's when you want to be fearful and sell. It's Warren Buffett who said, be greedy when others are fearful, and be fearful when others are greedy, and you can't really go far wrong. So just stick to that. Make sure you're locking away profits when they come and never using more money than you can afford to lose. Okay, so just to summarize, drop below the 4.88, we will be visiting lower levels, possibly down to 4.39. However, break above the 5.7, and we'll be pushing, in my opinion, up to 6.5, but nothing is guaranteed in trading. I'm not a financial advisor. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Please hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm.